Hello everyone and welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Sarah, and in today's video we're just going to hang out and market prep together. And in this video I do plan on actually getting some market prep done in terms of like making a large quantity of small things. But it'll probably be later in this video because this week I have a lot of things I need to work on. Even though I really want to market prep right now, I have to work on some patterns. So the first one is this Highland cow here. Last video, if you saw it, I actually had the 3 curls in the front and the 4 in the back. I decided to switch them in the end. I think it looks better. This is prototype number 1, so there's a couple things I need to tweak. Mainly, I want the horns to be a little bit closer together, and I don't know if you can tell, but the ears are a tiny bit off, which honestly, looking through the camera, doesn't seem too noticeable, so maybe that's just a me problem. But I have the nice little tail back here, kind of keeping it simple, if it'll focus. The regular cow, there will be a color change there for the tip of the tail, but with the Highland cow, I'm not bothered by it, so I'll make it easy. The goal with this pattern was to make it as low sew as possible. So there's 3 things that need to be sewn on: the horns, both of the horns, so that means 2, and then the head to the body. So that was my goal when I started making the second one, which is this one right here. So as you can see, it's very unfinished, but I do have the hair attached and then the ears attached. So all I have to do is sew the horns on in here and then attach the head once everything else is finished. This has actually been like this for a while because I had to take a break and work on these baby blankets here because I plan to release this pattern. This is actually the wrong side. This is the correct side. Even more textured on this side, but I plan to release this pattern this weekend, and it's currently Tuesday, Wednesday? I don't even know. I think it's Tuesday. Anyways, I need to get this pattern out by Saturday or Sunday, and I don't have very many days left to do it. I'm doing a free tutorial for this and then the written pattern. I was originally going to use this green one to show you how to make the border, but I started the purple one, this one right here. I started this one in the tutorial. So I was kind of hoping to finish this one and then do the border on camera. That way the whole video is cohesive and I'm not switching between blankets. But it's been a few days since I filmed that first part of the video, and I'm only about halfway through, a little over halfway. Here's my plan. I'm going to do as much as I can with this blanket today. If I finish it, that'd be perfect and I can film the border tomorrow. But by the end of the day, if I'm not nearly finished with the bulk of the blanket, then I'm gonna go ahead and film the rest of the video with the green one and finish the border on camera. And then I think what I'll do is I'll still have in the written pattern these photos. I'm talking your ear off about blankets, but that's the plan at least. Just a quick disclaimer, this pattern, I'm not doing gauge. I'm not gonna worry about it, but I personally think with blankets and plushies, but specifically talking about blankets here, you don't really need to worry about gauge so much because you're not trying to get it to fit somebody like a sweater or even like a hat or something similar. I personally am writing this pattern in a way that you guys can follow it with any yarn type, any hook size. You can adjust it, you can make it a throw or a full-size blanket or just a baby blanket like this one. That is the plan anyways. Hopefully it's legible. It'll still be great, especially with the tutorial. If there's anything you guys are confused on in the written pattern, you can just go ahead to the tutorial and I talk your ear off like I'm doing right now. I think that's about it. Those are the 2 major things that I want to talk about, and I will definitely update you in the next clip on the baby blanket and see where I'm at with it by the end of today. After I get this blanket done, I'm gonna finish the Highland cow because then I'll have 3 patterns ready. That way I can start market prepping next week a little bit more. I know for a fact that I want to make some axolotls out of white. So here's my yarn shelf. It's kind of dark over there. But I know I need to make some axolotls out of white and then maybe some pinks, purples, blues. I made a blue axolotl out of this color here. Sold, first one to sell. So definitely have some creativity when it comes to your axolotls. So I know I want to make at least 10 or so. We shall see. They're a little tedious because you have to have the colors on hand. You can't just like make all the bodies and then add the colors later. I personally think it's more secure that way, but it takes a little bit longer since you have to find the materials. Anyways, I am still talking. I'm still talking. Okay, that's about it. That's all I have to say. I'll see you in the next clip. I have some exciting news. I actually ended up finishing this blanket today. So I still have to put the border on, which is what I need to do on camera. But here is the pattern, all finished. I had one group of 8 rows left because this is an 8-row repeat, and I was like, I have to finish this, you know, I can't just wait. So I decided to finish it tonight. So that means I can go ahead and finish this green blanket on its own. So I'm gonna attempt to do that tonight, but we'll see how much time that takes, and that'll also be a good refresher for, those are my safety eyes falling because they're under there. There goes another one. Anyways, we'll see how long it takes, and then I'll refresh my memory on what I did for this first blanket, so I don't have to think about it on camera, which will be nice. Hold on, I need to replace the camera battery. It is officially dead. And I have a fully charged battery now, so we're all set. I'm going to go ahead and set this purple blanket aside tonight. Hopefully it shows up nice and purple on camera. This is kind of like lighter shades. I don't know how it's gonna look when I edit this, but it's got purple and like some creamy colors, some blues and greens. Very light shades though. I actually wasn't a huge fan of the way the skein looked on the shelf, but I gotta say, this is one of those that looks better once it's worked up. Sometimes you'll have yarn where the skein will actually look better than the finished piece. In this case, I feel like this green one, it looks better as a skein. But when I worked it up, you know, it's just kind of meh. You know, it's still pretty and cute and everything, but I don't know. I feel like this one's so striking, and then this one's just a very pleasant color to look at. Anyways, enough blanket rambling, because we're more about plushies, aren't we? I mean, that's what you're here for. So I'm going to work on this blanket tonight, finish the blanket tutorial tomorrow. That way I can move on, and I'm really excited for that. That is the update for tonight, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So exciting news, I finished filming the tutorial for this baby blanket here. I just have to finish weaving in the ends, but I'm gonna do that on my own time. As you could probably tell, I don't feel very good. So I actually filmed the second half of the video muted. I don't love doing anymore. I feel like it's less professional than talking while crocheting. I was just interrupted by my sister, who apparently thinks I have a nice sick voice, so there's that. I don't really know what I was saying anymore either, but I am working on another one of these. It's this blue one right here. I have this one, which I feel like can be a girl or a boy, but mostly girl color, and then this one's a very girl color, and this green one can be boy or girl. So I wanted to do one that was more boy-y, which definitely feel like this blue one is that. It's a lot more saturated than the other ones. Technically, it's kind of like the rainbow one, but that is what I'm working on. I have 3 other colors picked out, but I don't know how many I'm going to actually have for the event, because they do take a good amount of time to make. Not feeling good definitely doesn't help get these done faster, but I'm just going to quickly weave in these ends and then be done with this purple one. And then I think I'm just going to chillax for the rest of the day, edit the tutorial and the pattern for this. I need to have it ready by Sunday, and today I believe is, yep, today is Friday, so I have 2 days to do that. I just stopped talking. Hopefully I feel better tomorrow. I'm probably going to get some more silent clips so you guys don't have to listen to me talk. That's the update for now, and I'll see you in a bit. It is Sunday, so it's been a couple days. I've worked on a couple projects. I am also feeling a tiny bit better, so that's good. I'm hoping that in the next few days I'll be fully recovered so I can get back to normal life. It is definitely frustrating being sick because I had such a good thing going in the beginning of the month. It's just so annoying.
but I'm gonna focus on the positive, and that is I'm finally feeling a little bit better. I showed you this cow, but I never actually talked about it. I finished this one. If I did talk about it, I completely forgot, but I finished this one, and this one I crocheted it so that it's super low sew. The only things you have to sew on are the 2 horns and then the head, and everything else is crocheted on. And everything else is reinforced and the curls are pinned down. That's much easier in my opinion than sewing everything from nothing. That is that guy finished. I need to make the 2 skinny Chanel versions, the size 4 Chanel versions, and then get pattern photos. The tester call for this is the beginning of February though, so I still have a pretty nice window to work on that pattern. And then I have the orange one here. I haven't decided what colors I'll do for the skinny Chanel. I know I want to do another one of these because I have all of these colors in the smaller yarn, but I'm not sure what I'll do for the second one. I'm not sure if I want to do like a pink one or maybe like a gray one. I was thinking a gray one could be really cute. But that's one thing that I finished, which I actually finished a while ago. And then I also did a pattern test for, this is the bunny right here, but this was for Eve for Bunny Hop Crochets. She's tested for me a couple times, and this is her first ever tester call. She asked one of the tester groups to apply, and I originally wasn't going to because obviously I don't feel very good, but being it is her first tester call, I really wanted to help her out and support her, especially since this is her first, give her some confidence. But this is the pattern all finished. She has these little love bunnies. There's 2 different designs, a lop ear and then obviously the straight ear, which is the one I made. But I did it at the size 4 Chanel yarn. I decided to embroider the eyes because, I don't know, I just thought it'd be cuter, and I think it really is super cute. She has an Easter egg, a strawberry, the heart, and there was one other one. I can't remember. I'll put it on the screen if I remember. This is a super cute pattern. I'm not sure when the release date is. I'm sure I'll tell you later in the video. It's got a super fuzzy tail, which I hate working with this yarn, but it was worth it because the bunny needs a fuzzy tail. I think it's perfect. And then it sits on its own. So it's like the perfect desk ornament. This honestly reminds me of my grandma. She used to have a bunch of glass figurines that she would put on her shelves and stuff, and this kind of reminds me of that because it's holding a heart. Kind of weird side tangent, but that was a pattern test I did and I finished it. And then the second thing I made today, I actually made and finished today, which I'm pretty proud of. I made this pink turtle, and I wanted to do a little bit more market prepping, like I said in the beginning of this video before I started feeling horrible. So I decided to do some of that. I had some pink yarn. I didn't win yarn chicken like I wanted, so the belly is white. But I still think it's super cute despite that. I just had a little bit of this pink yarn left from another project, and so I decided to use it up and make a pink turtle. But this was made out of burlap blanket. This is my own pattern. It's a free tutorial on my YouTube channel, and then I have the written pattern in my shops. This is the bigger version though. I do have a minier is not a word. A smaller version. It's kind of like a medium size, but this is the bigger size. And then I like this pattern because I can use up my giant eyes. These I get from Amazon. I get like a bunch of different sizes all together, and I don't have a lot of uses for the 30mm, but the turtle is definitely a good one because you can give them giant eyes and it doesn't look weird. I did go on to Joann's today and order some yarn. It is the first yarn I've bought of this year. I made it, let's see, I think today is the 12th. Yeah, I made it 12 days without ordering yarn, so good for me. But I need some brown shell color because I want to make some traditional green with the tan belly and then the brown shell. So we'll see. Hopefully that actually ships though, because Joann's is like that. Those are the 2 things I did, the test for Bunny Hops Crochet, and then that's pretty much the update. I don't really have anything else to update you on except the elephant testers we pick tomorrow. I have on my list the 13th, which is tomorrow. I don't have any current projects planned, so you're in for a surprise whatever I decide to do next. Here is all of my scrap yarn, and here I have white, and then all these colors here, and then I actually have these colors here. So I decided to start working through this a little bit and also market prep a little bit by making some axolotls. So I started this last night. I made 3. They're missing their eyes, I know, but I'll get them together at the end. I got 2 blues and then a black one. I'm going to go ahead and make as many of these as I can. I picked out all of these colors, so I think I'll just do these ones. Looking at it now that I'm talking to you, I realize this is a lot of colors, so I don't know how many I'm actually going to get to. I'm thinking what I'll do is have like an $8 bin and put these axolotls in there. These guys are a little bit smaller than my original size because I've sized my hook down a little bit to get cleaner stitches. This is my own pattern. It's the most popular one on my Instagram, and it's just a really easy free pattern, so I'll link it in the description if I remember to put it in there. I'm making a bunch of these out of all of these first, but I'm packing them up in bags so I can take it downstairs and work on it. But you really only need like a tiny bit of color, so hopefully this will use up a little bit of these scrap colors. I don't have to see what else I want to do with all of this because I got a lot of scrap yarn, so these buckets were overflowing before I pulled this out, the cream out, and then also the white out, so there's a lot. Maybe next I'll make some whales and octos because those are on the smaller side. They're about this big. They could use some of the scrap yarn up too, so maybe I'll do that next, but that is what I'm working on. Yes, look at me, I'm finally market prepping, so yay. But I'll update you guys later, hopefully with a bunch of axolotls. That's the goal at least. Hey everyone, so it is Tuesday, the 14th. I haven't filmed in a couple days, at least I think so. I did go and get some yarn, so this is the little yarn haul. I decided to commit and get some solid colored burlap blanket to make some more turtles, make some more of these guys. I got light pink and dark pink for the shell, some dark purple, light purple, and then light blue and a dark blue, and then this color because it's pretty. But I figured that can go with the pink too. Anyways, I did order some burlap as well from Joann's because they are always out of stock where I live. I was honestly lucky to get these 6 colors at the Joann's. I did order some brown, some shades of browns. Half of them are out of stock, but I did get some lighter browns. I'm gonna use that to make some traditional green turtles as well. I don't really technically need more turtles for this event, but I want to make some turtles. They're fun. They're low sew. I mean, they're great. They don't take very long to make, and I can batch make them really easily. But anyways, enough of the turtles. I got a lot of things to show you. The second thing I want to show you are all the axolotls I finished. So I'm going to dump them out of their bag so I don't deafen you with plastic bag sounds. And then I'll show you how many. I did embroider their eyes too, so they're basically done. I guess by basically done, I mean they are finished. So I have 12 total. The camera has a hard time focusing. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. But I made them in all different colors. I had picked out 20 plus scrap yarn colors, but I did not want to make all of them. But I made 9 in one sitting. Well, technically I made 9 in one day, and then I made 3 in one sitting. I think this is enough for axolotls, but here's the thing. I have a lot of axolotls on my table already, so I don't necessarily know how much I need. But these are like $8 pieces for the table, so it's good to have a lot of them. But I was starting to get a little burnt out after making 9 in one go, so at this point I think I'll just stick with the 12. I do believe I have a couple other axolotls, but they're a tiny bit bigger because I did shrink the hook size for these ones. I made this out of a 5mm, so the stitches are nicer, but obviously they're a little smaller. I embroidered all their eyes with the size 4 yarn because I think it looks better on these axolotls. Get you in the light so you can actually see it. I think their shape is just better when you do it that way. But I also noticed that some of them look kind of angry from the front, but from the side they look okay. They look innocent. This is that finished. I think what I really want to work on are these turtles, so that's probably what I'll do next and come back to these later. They weren't too bad because I could bring out the scrap yarn downstairs. They're just little tiny balls of yarn, so it all worked out. The last thing I'm going to talk to you about, I have put together a to-do list. I showed this in a previous video, I believe, but this is the other half of the to-do list, or it's technically more than half, but these are all my extra large plushies up here, and then I have some velvet stuff, my kind of like staples in a way, and then also more staples. I didn't count anything extra that I've been making. I wrote down how many more I wanted to make, so here you can see I want to make 2 more regular willows because I only have 3. 2 more heathers, those are my Highland cows. 1 more Evelyn, which I don't know if I need. That's the elephant pattern, and then 2 more daisies, so the simpler dragon pattern. Even though I've technically upgraded with willow, I do want to keep the simpler patterns as well because I can sell them for a little bit less in case somebody, you know, wants a big dragon but doesn't want to pay as much for willow. And then on this page I just have these little small stuff like the axolotls here, so I can actually cross the axolotls off the list. I had wanted to make 10 and I made 12, so that's a win for me. But I did all the math and I have about 170 plushies I want to make without counting the minis, so that's going to be a lot. The event I have is in April though, so I still have a good amount of time, but I need to really focus right now, which is why I wrote this list down. If I finish all of the stuff I want to do, I'll have about 7,000 worth of inventory for this page. And then if I do everything I want to do on this page, I didn't do the math, but we'll have at least 3,000, I would say, in all of this little stuff, counting the possums and everything. That is my to-do list. It's a little messy, but as I continue to work and break it down, it'll be easier to see what I need to do with everything. I think that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about, and we can actually cross off the axolotls together. I just like to put a dot next to the name, that way you can see, that way I can still read it. Those are the plans that I have, so I actually got some market prepping done. I'm hoping to get some more done before the end of this video. Today, I think I'm just going to take the darker colors and make shells. I think I'm going to do 2 of each of the solid colors and go from there pretty much. I don't want to go too crazy because I do have quite a few turtles. That's pretty much the update. I'll talk with you guys later. I have to go make dinner. Blech. And then I have to edit a video tonight, so I don't know how much I'm going to get done. Hopefully I can get all the shells done. That's the goal at least, so that's the to-do list right now, and we'll just see what happens. That's Ozzy. Instead of making turtles last night like I said I would, I actually decided to make a daisy. I really wanted to make a dragon, so here's Ozzy. He wants some camera time. Ozzy. Pretty chilly today, so he's being a big old baby. Anyways, the point with this is that I'm working on this dragon. I'm actually going to pause right now because I want to show how I sew my plushies together, and I think this one will be a great way to show that. Hopefully the color will show up well on camera. I'm just going to stuff the legs and then set this project aside, sew it together later today, hopefully, and then I'll start actually working on some shells right now. I finished this dragon yesterday. Look how cute. This is Daisy the dragon. I think I already talked about it, but I took this and I filmed a crochet foundations. Oh, I'm dropping her. Ah, got her. I filmed the crochet foundations with this pattern, showing you guys how I sew things on my plushies. It's a little bit longer than I thought it would be, but I think once I edit it down a little bit, it will be more manageable. But I was just showing how I sew things nice and even and keep things symmetrical. It's kind of just my process on it. That's what I did with this daisy. I definitely need to make at least one more, but I do for sure want to make, I originally wanted to make one out of this color here, but obviously I changed the green and went with this green. So I have to decide on my next color. I'll probably do an red. I have a red one, so I'm good on there. Maybe a pink one and then perhaps a purple one as well. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think I do want a blue one, but I don't have any light blue. I don't have a lot of light blue, so probably not yet. Anyways, that's Daisy. She's adorable. It was nice to kind of go back to my roots and make a simpler pattern. After making Willow, this one works out so much faster. Also, just so you guys are aware, I used an entire skein of the lighter green. So this is Sweet Snuggles Light Chanel Home Slim. I used an entire one and just had a little bit left, but I also used a 5mm hook for this. When I originally, in the pattern, it calls for a 5.5. Just want to let you guys know that that is the yarn and materials I used. And then yesterday I also made these two turtles. I made this blue one and then this other blue one. They're both identical. And then I've had the pink one with white belly. I have two purple shells and then another pink shell. And I'll have 6 of these guys. I don't know what else I'm working on. That's pretty much it, honestly. Turtles and dragons. I don't know. That's it. I'll talk to you guys later. So I wanted to show off Bailey the Unicorn, which is the unicorn pattern I'll be releasing in a few days. Should be out on the 19th if all goes well. But I want to show you my new style with this pattern. If you've purchased a pattern in the past, then you know what my previous style looks like. This is my new style. I'm trying to make it a little bit more printer friendly, but then I just ended up deciding to do a completely printer version. I'm not going to zoom out because the text is really condensed on here, but it's 3 pages and it's all written in black, so it's easy to print. And then it's just a really nice, easy, printer-friendly copy. There's no photos or anything, so it's easy to print. But this one is like the stylized version. That's like what I like to call it. It has all the colors and the photos and everything. But here's page 2, and it's just got pattern notes and page details. Page 3 with more notes, but mostly just the materials and stuff. And then I'm going to show you a sneak peek of the first page where I start writing the pattern down. That way you guys can see how I write my patterns now. I'm going to trust you guys with this information. It's not like I can do much, but so this is the arms and legs page. I'm just going to show you the top half here. But I started using these blocks in some of the patterns last year. Didn't love them so much because they're tedious to put in, but I decided to just commit and do it with all of them. They're just these individual little boxes which take forever to put in. I have 3 or 4 photos depending on the item, and then obviously the words. Experimenting with a little bold to make it easier to read and follow. If you're like me and you skim through patterns, hopefully that will prevent you from missing important information. But this is what the new pattern looks like, and if you guys want to print with photos, this is easier to print as well since there's no background, it's just white. Unlike my previous patterns, which they were all colored and textured and just stylized. Now when you get your copy of my 2025 patterns, you will be receiving both the stylized version and then the printer copy as well. That will be included in the price. You don't have to like go out of your way and buy the printer copy separate or anything. It'll all be together. And then I'm also doing the same with Edmund the elephant, the stylized version, and then the printer copy to make it easy for you guys to print. And then I plan to do that with all of these patterns as I continue working. I also am working on a Highland cow, but this is a placeholder image because I haven't finished the pattern photos yet, and Holly is not 100% set yet. I don't know if I'm going to commit to that name yet. I just want to show off the new patterns so you guys know what you're getting into before purchasing. And I don't know how these will look in my coffee shop, because I usually have the front cover as this, so hopefully it still fits in the coffee shop well because it shrinks to a square. Is my point. Well, it's not weird looking. I did end up changing the front covers. I remember talking about this. I don't know if I kept it in or not, but I remember saying that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the size 4 Chanel yarn, this pattern here, on the front cover, but I just like the larger versions better, so they're going on the front cover. This page of this pattern will be in the coffee listing as well, so you guys can look and see what the different sizes look like. And then also have some measurements. And for the tester page, there's also going to be information there too for yarn sizes and stuff. So it's pretty cool. It's a pretty full pattern, I'd like to think. But that is the update on the patterns. I hope you guys are excited as I am. I'm just very proud of this pattern. I'm proud that I've been able to learn how to put patterns together better and better, and with the help of testers fully just figure out what I want to do and how I want to do it. So rant over, and I will talk to you guys later. Last night I started working on this dragon and I got almost all the way finished. I had 4 legs to make and I had to go to bed. So I didn't finish it last night, but I'm gonna try and finish it this morning because I'd like to have it done. But I'm working on the leg and see how long it takes me. She's almost finished, so I want to get her done today. I also have all the ears done, which I think I already showed you. I definitely showed you already. I just had the boring arms to make, but they don't take as long as the wings, so I'm here for it. I have my turtles back there, but these are the turtle shells here. But I haven't worked on them in a day, couple days, 2 days. Counting today, it's 2 days. Anyways, I haven't worked on the turtles yet because I have having some hand pain from one, working with burnout blanket, and the other thing is just been doing some outside work. It's been frozen where we live, so my hands are feeling the scooping of the driveway, getting the snow and ice off the driveway. So that's why I decided to work on this though, because this yarn is a little bit less hard on my hands. So I'm gonna finish this today though, and then I don't know. That's it. That's the plan. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Here is the green dragon, and here's the pink and red one. She turned out absolutely stunning, of course. Here's the other side. I sewed her together. We had to go out and run an errand, so I brought her with me and I finished her up, sewed the wings and the facial details on. Now she's all ready. Now, I wrote on my to-do list to make 2 more of these, which obviously I've done, but I also feel like I need another one, so let me know down in the comments section what you think I should do next, because I'm torn. I want to do a yellow one, but I also want to do a purple one. I feel like I don't necessarily need 2 more, because then I'll have 7 daisies, and I don't really need that many, even though I want them. My sister wants me to do yellow, my brother wants me to do purple. I asked on Instagram, and you guys responded and said yellow and purple. So now I'm torn. Should I do yellow or should I do purple? Let me know in the comments, because I can't decide. This is gonna be the end of the video. Unfortunately, I would love to continue on, but I do have to edit this to get it out to you guys at a reasonable time. I'm going to work on turtles in the next video, another daisy once I get your guys' responses. I think I'm gonna work on Heather the Highland cow. I'll put her up on the screen. I only have 1 of those, so I'm planning to make at least 2 more of those, so I'll probably work on that because I want to. I'm craving it a little bit. That is pretty much it. I almost forgot to mention, but thank you guys so much for 20,000 subscribers. That is so crazy, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. So exciting to see that. So just thank you all. To celebrate 20,000 subscribers, I will be hosting a sale in my coffee shop. It should be out the day this video goes live, but if it's not, it should be out a day later. I decided to wait because we did hit 20K a couple days ago, but I wanted to wait for you guys to see this video. That way you could see the sale before it ends. I think I've decided to run the sale for 5 days, but just to make sure you guys have enough time to get any patterns you're looking for, you can check out my coffee shop, and I think I'll run the sale as well in my Ribbler shop. So wherever you like to shop, you can get 20% off for 5 days. I just wanted to thank you guys so much, and also before I go, Bailey the Unicorn will also be out by the time the sale is running, so you can get this pattern as well, 20% off if you're looking for it, and you can buy it in my coffee shop. I haven't decided whether I'll put it in my Ribbler shop yet because Ribbler's a little tedious, but for sure it'll be in my coffee shop, and you can get the PDF, and when you purchase the PDF you also get the printer copy. So that is what I almost forgot to add, and it's just a big thank you. So thank you, and let's get back to the video. Thank you guys so much for watching to the end of this video. I really appreciate it. It just means a whole lot to me. If you made it this far, leave a heart emoji in the comments. You leave a purple or a yellow one depending on which daisy I should make next. You guys are absolutely amazing. I just appreciate every single one of you and all the support you give me, and I will see you in my next video. Not quite sure what it'll be, probably a crochet foundation, but you know, it'll be something. All that said, I'll see you around. Bye!